Wait, is that the new guy that attacked Cena's first promo?
Yeah, he's...
WWE was long overdue for a big, non-intimidating looking black guy.
Oh, Biggie Langston.
Look at his face. He looks like a sweetheart.
You know what? He looks a lot like Bobby Lashley. He really does. And that's not that whole, they all look the same shtick. He really does.
He does. He looks harmless.
Yeah.
He looks like a nice guy.
They got to do something to him. That outfit that he's wearing isn't flattering anyways. You know?
Yeah, no.
Come on, the big onesie.
He doesn't look like a mean dude. Like they close up on his face and you're just like, nah.
Right.
Just doesn't look like a dick. He doesn't look like the type of guy that would hurt somebody. He needs something. He kind of looks like how early Mark Henry looked.
Yeah.
Or early Mark Henry, like he just looked like a nice young black guy that was really jacked. Not really jacked, but really big and strong, you know?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they need to throw shades on him or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
Everyone looks more intimidating when they're wearing shades.
Strangely enough, you're not kidding. Whereas a lot of people would think that was a statement you're making where you're like, oh, he's being sarcastic.
He's making a joke.
He's making a joke. No, he needs something on it. He does. He needs something on his face. They need to change his hair. He needs to not be that whatever the fuck they have. What is he wearing? Like some sort of weird singlet?
Yeah, that's what you do. You get him to wear shades, shave off all of his hair. And then get him to wear something better than what he's wearing. I don't mean like go full JTG or nothing.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just, I don't know, like what in the hell would you dress him in?
I'd honestly, I'd put him in just trunks, some sort of trunks, or long tight. No, not long tights. That would be very intimidating.
Like Apollo Creed kind of trunks? Like Apollo Creed kind of trunks?
No. Like actual just black trunks.
San Jose says a noose?
You know what, though? Honestly, and this is going to sound a little ridiculous when I first say it, but picture it, if you will. He needs some sort of something to hold, something to carry around, maybe a club. I mean, I know he's a big guy, but a club, a chain, something.
Oh, I would think if you got him in black shades already, probably a cane. You know what I mean? What about a cane?
I don't know, just something. You need some sort of a thing.
Let's see. Dark Cadeau says KFC. Cody from Ohio thinks he should carry a coffee cup.
Hey, listen, David Otunga with that fucking coffee cup. The fact that he never hit anybody with that fucking coffee cup shows you they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Kevin says a jock strape.
A jock strape, yes, a jock strape.
Vanilla Cooper says a welfare check. Boats and Host says a dildo. Unplugged says a watermelon.
Watermelon?
A watermelon. Epic Boss says a blow-up doll around his waist.
I like a bottle of Old English.
Bottle of Old English from Alan Strake.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Rob Taker says a titty sling.
A titty sling. I'm just saying, these guys need some sort of something. Like, you can't just send them out there in a fucking singlet and with a boy's regular fucking haircut.
Well, see, the problem is everybody's supposed to know who Biggie Langston is because everybody watches NXT, right, Joey?
Yeah, of course.
That's exactly the problem. That's exactly the fucking problem.
I mean,
WWE is making the assumption that we're all supposed to be already familiar with them to the point that the announcer's like, oh, look, it's Biggie Langston from NXT. Like, just passing it along. Like, oh, well, clearly.
There he is.
Yeah, I know who that guy is. As opposed to trying to build up this character, which is really scary for me because I'm thinking Chris Hero's coming in as Cassius Ohno. He's not even going to change it. Yeah, he's not even going to get a change of gimmick.
What a horrible name. But, I love how people, like, still on that YouTube video, still defend that name. Like, Cassius is the real name of Muhammad Ali. It's like, yeah, it's still a fucking dumb name. No. Just because a name has that's his real name. Yeah, it's his real name. Yeah, it sucks. It still sucks.
Right.
It's still a dumb-sounding name.
And there's a reason why he probably became Muhammad Ali, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't stick with Cassius?
there's an unbelievable an unbelievably talented musician from the early to mid 1900s, I believe. His name was Thelonious Monk. Doesn't mean we should name a fucking wrestler Thelonious. Thelonious Monk was very talented. It doesn't mean we should have a wrestler named Thelonious Ono. Send him out in the fucking... Oh, my God. Embarrass himself. No, as somewhat generic as it sounds, it hasn't been seen on TV in a long time. Go the real easy, predictable, prop route. Right. Put a fucking do-rag on his head, sunglasses, chain,
do-rag, really? Nah, I think bald-headed is scarier. Do-rag always feels more, and I hate to be just stereotypical here, but feels more Latin to me.
Really?
Feels more like a Latin thing, yeah. Either that or hillbilly, depending on where they're wearing the do-rag. Let's put it that way. If they're wearing it on top of the head, it's Latin. If they're wearing it around the throat or the back of the head, it's white trash. Just saying.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just going with the easiest, most stereotypical things that people associate with what the fuck somebody looks like, right, and then build off of that. Because just sending them out there in singlets and tights and, with these boys regularly, how do you expect people to get over like that? Yeah. He just looks like anybody else. Yeah. Yeah. Except he's more jacked. Yeah. And has a big baby face. Like, I don't know. I feel like they set these guys up to fail. I really do. I've never seen one match by the guy. He could be okay. He could be good. I have no idea.
Well, let's put him in the context of storyline. He's been brought out magically, and I'm not even sure if it was by Dolph or by AJ or by Vicky Guerrero. Like, his entire entrance is completely confusing.
Who knows?
He's obviously working with Dolph and AJ, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're the ones that brought him in. Could have been somebody that Vicky brought in for Dolph before he went heel on her and started fucking AJ.
Well, once again, it doesn't really matter who brought him in. It doesn't really matter where he came from.
Well, kind of adds to the storyline, doesn't it? I mean, just a little bit.
I'm just saying what really matters the most is the presentation of the fucking guy and why WWE needs to get over this obsession with people looking clean and pretty and young and vibrant and good looking. Stop it.
You really think he fits that? I don't.
I think you could put a suit on him and put him in any fucking bar as a bouncer in Vegas.
He doesn't strike me as a twink, though, Joe. He doesn't.
No. I'm not saying he's a twink guy, but I'm saying he looks like a young, all right looking guy with a good haircut who played fucking football in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. He doesn't have I'm a big, angry, mean, fucking intimidating guy look to him.
But he doesn't look like a pretty boy, though, either. I mean,
no.
When I look at him, I don't see, GQ model.
I don't see GQ model, but I certainly don't see fucking Prince Albert.
Right. Well, they can ugly him up a little bit, too. That's not very hard to do. They can always make somebody a little uglier. I mean, they could do it through scars. They could do it through makeup. You know what I mean? They could do it through clothing. You can really change the demeanor of a person the way the crowd accepts him just by fucking production.
Yeah, a tribal knife cock tattoo on his chest.
Yeah, get some tattoos, right.
Yeah, that's not a tribal.
Get him some tattoos.
Could be from the Scary Tribe from Louisiana.
Maybe get him one of those witch doctor masks, Not racist.
I mean, honest to God, anything. They need to start making these guys, they gotta look kind of scary, something, anything. At this point, I'd take them high. Remember when there were rumors that they were going to hire Hernandez? Mm-hmm. At least Hernandez looks like somebody.
Yeah, no, Hernandez is an ugly man. Let's be honest. I don't look at him, and I know there was girls that I knew that were like, oh, wow, he's really hot. And I'm like, yeah, but are you looking at his body or are you looking at his face? Because facially, the dude looked kind of ragged. Like, he's seen some shit, man. Hernandez was one of those guys you just walk into a bar and go, I'm not going to fuck with that guy after 10 beers,
But that's great. That's what he's supposed to look like. Mm-hmm. If you look like that type of guy, you know what you do? You go, fucking great. Let's send this guy against the top babyface.
Right.
You don't look at a guy and go, well, there's a handsome gentleman. Let's send him against this other handsome gentleman.
Is the reason that WWE does this because it makes them interchangeable? Like, think about it like this. If you hire a pretty enough guy and even have him come in as, like, the super heel or whatever, but he's still pretty, you can always turn him babyface down the road, and people will eat that up because he's still pretty enough to be a babyface.
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody that looks like George Animal Steel.
Well, do you remember when this is the thing that they seem to forget? Do we remember that there was a point where fucking the biggest pop that people would get during the night with Rock or Austin wasn't on the show was for fucking fat ass Rikishi dancing in the middle of the ring?
Oh, Mankind, yeah, he's an ugly man too.
Do you remember those pops? Do you remember the pops that fucking Rikishi used to get?
Yeah, but he was a fun-loving babyface. His thing was all about fucking gimmick. Like,
but he was a giant, dimpled-assed, weird-looking Samoan guy.
But if he didn't dance and have that gimmick where he put on the shades and he was all cool, and he had Scotty 2 Hotty and Jerry Lawler's little boy dancing right next to him, that would never have fucking worked. Come on, that would have been like trying to turn Yokozuna face. Why? Because he's Japanese. What? Doesn't make any fucking sense. It would have been the same thing. But because they gave him the happy baby face gimmick and stuff like that, and to be honest, I don't think Rikishi's supposedly that bad looking of a Samoan guy.
Well, yeah, but he's not Dolph Ziggler.
No, obviously not. But I mean, he's not like fucking, once again, he's not Mankind horrendous. He's not Vader horrendous. You know what I mean? There's a difference. I don't know how else. George Animal Steel, fucking, I don't know, Bastion Booger. You can really just name off a bunch of guys that the only reason that Mankind ever became a babyface and got over was because of a stupid sock.
Listen, people will cheer an ugly guy if he knows what he's doing. Yeah. They have a hard time booing a guy that's good looking.
Yeah.
They just do. They just have a harder time booing a good-looking guy unless they're so goddamn good that they can get over that hump. Like The Rock was a good-looking guy, but they could boo The Rock because he was an unbelievable talker.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he fucking sold people.
One of the best ever.
Right.
You know, so
His
they can make it.
Made it.
Hmm?
His arrogance made it.
Exactly. But who believes that these guys are... You know what I mean? Like,
Senator Kress brings up, what about Brad Maddox? There's another perfect example, of a guy who the fuck cares about Brad Maddox?
Yeah, because he looks like a little pretty boy.
Well, not only that, he's tiny too. He's fucking tiny to begin with. I mean, we're not talking about some 6'4" guy.
This is when you know WWE doesn't have their shit together. Are they trying to make him into a sympathetic babyface or a heel when he's like 5'6" and has the face of like a ninth grader, and he's supposed to be a heel? Like, what? Why? I mean, I get it that these guys just want to get on TV, so whatever the fuck they give them the opportunity to do, they're gonna go do. But if that is what you want a career to be, you gotta kind of be like, okay, where am I going with this?
Yeah.
And what am I gonna do when I get there?
Yeah.
Because what's he gonna do? How's he gonna make this work? He looks like that, and he's supposed to be a heel, but now he's kind of having these matches, and you're supposed to feel a little bad for him.
I don't know.
So is this just going to go on for 6 months, and then people are going to be like, why is this guy still on TV? Am I supposed to boo him?
Well, have you seen his videos?
No. Are they funny? Or?
Oh, no. He does weird, like, creeper shit. Like, straight-up Facebook creeper. Like, his first or second video or something was nothing but diva shots of him taking shots of their panties and stuff.
So gets him heel heat. How?
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to become a molester? I mean, seriously, that's the only thing that he comes down to.
Like, what does this lead to?
I don't know. I'm thinking some sort of a molestation angle or something. I don't know, man. Seriously, it was creeper shit. He's got a couple others up there. I haven't seen them yet. But, I mean, it was just like, that was a hell of a fucking first video there, asshole, You're doing that, like, breathing heavy in the background, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah, it's just, there's no big picture for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, well, they're making it themselves. I really think that Brad Maddox is making his own shit, kind of like,
Zack Ryder did. Yeah, but Zack Ryder blew that whole fucking thing with a lack of ability to work in the ring. And Zack Ryder has some of his clips were funny, but let's not kid ourselves. The kid has the personality of a dead dog. He has no fucking personality.
You know he's crying tonight, right?
Why is he? What's he crying about?
Because tonight is the final episode of the Jersey Shore, Joey.